Hi guys, you are welcome back to Significant Woman. So today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic. I was traveling with a friend and we were talking about a number of things, and he started talking about things that we do as women that piss men off. And I thought this was really interesting. So I did some research and it was really amazing. I remember just laughing over and over again as I read through these things that men talk about, the things that we do and actually piss them off. And I realized that in life, one of the things that I've decided to do is that if I care about someone and they keep telling me I need to improve on this thing, or they complain about the other thing, or they keep on bringing it out, then it is going to be my responsibility to actually own it and see how to improve, because I believe it is good to live in peace with the people and keep on improving for not just our sake, but for the relationships that we have. So one of the things that we need to do is to ensure that as you laugh with me, as you hear these things, you will pick out the things that you know that people have complained about, and then you can see how to improve. So I did research like I've told you, and I'm going to be reading. I just picked out a few of the things that have been talked about over and over again. So they're the ones that I will be reading for you. So the first thing that I found interesting is that one of the people said, expecting men to treat them like a queen. A relationship goes both ways to, don't expect men to treat you like a queen if you are not treating him like a king. I think society-wise, we know that many times the women, we want to be treated as queens. A man has to open for you the door of the car. So there are many things that we want men to do for us, give us money, take care of us, and all those things. But this really made sense that if you want a man to treat you like a queen, make sure that you are treating them as a king. So we don't just expect men to treat us well without us also treating them well. So it goes both ways. And then the other person said they won't tell what they want to eat or where you want to go and eat. Just tell me what you are hungry for. How is that so hard? Now, this was a very interesting thing. I think I saw over 20 comments about this thing. I didn't know it was a big deal, because as I started looking at my life, many times I don't even know what to cook for myself. And then I realized that actually men were talking about this thing like over and over again. Like they want to take you out, you don't know what you want to eat. So ladies, one thing that I have decided to start doing is, if I know I'm going out with men for lunch or dinner, then I'm going to make up my mind before I go, so that I know what I want to eat. To us, it might be anything of maybe you don't know what to eat, you're still making up your mind and all that, but to them they are boiling of, okay, just say anything. So ladies, do your research, make your decision before you go to this restaurant, and know what you are going to eat. Because men, when you're just telling them, I don't know what to eat, I don't know what to pick, you choose for me, they will be smiling, but deep down they will be dying, like they don't know what you are trying to do. And then the other thing that I actually talked about in my last video is using hints to communicate when you have tried it for millions of times before and it didn't work. Now, this is serious about men. They don't like you to give them hints. Tell them directly. Don't go through the corners. If you want to communicate, say it bluntly. Don't go through the corners. And then the other thing that I found interesting was this one. When they expect us to read their minds and then punish us for failing to do so. If you don't tell me what's wrong, I'm going to assume it's not that important. Ladies, don't expect your man to read your mind. Don't expect your friend to read your mind. They don't have that superpower. So it's going to be upon you to tell them exactly what you want. And it was interesting because this also came out over and over again, and it means that we really need to work on it. And then this was a little bit absurd. It says they cheat and treat us like emotionless throwaways. Ladies, if you cheat, then why? I think that one is not even something that we need to be talking about, because if you cheat, you need to take responsibility of that. Then if you're treating your man as like, okay, you shouldn't even be feeling bad about this, then it's going to be really, really bad. First of all, cheating is wrong, and then your attitude toward it, and you expect this man to just throw it away and like pretend like nothing happened, then that can't be done by a significant woman. So this one wrote, please do ask for assistance and be direct. The cupboards sure are empty does not translate to would you kindly do the dishes. It's slippery outside does not translate to can you clean the driveway. This, we talked about it in our last video many times, and you know, these things we do them even sometimes unconsciously. But most of us actually can say that sometimes we want to ask for assistance and we don't say it directly. And this came out over and over again. Ladies, we need to learn how to directly communicate. Sometimes men do not do certain things, not because they don't want to, but because you are not speaking their language. They are not understanding why you're doing certain things. They are not understanding why you're not asking. And if you don't ask to them, they don't think you really need that help. So please, we need to learn how to ask directly. And then the other thing that really made me laugh is that women, we make everything about us. Now, these are not my words. This is what these guys were saying. And this is what this guy said, that at bare minimum, the women in my family really love playing misery poker. As in, I'm hungry, I had to skip lunch. Oh yeah, well, I haven't eaten in 52 whole hours. Well, Jesus, I didn't know it was a contest. Guess I will go chop off a finger or something. This one really made me laugh. Like, for us, we are going to capitalize these small little things that happen in our lives, not knowing that men, for you all crying about hunger, you skipped only lunch. Guy hasn't eaten in 45 hours or 52 hours, like this guy said. For them, they are dealing with a lot of things, and sometimes we don't even care to know how they are doing. We are not caring so much about their emotions, and we are making it all over about ourselves. And there is some guy who was telling me that, you know, we're talking about the whole bit of men don't love sharing, and he was telling me, Edith, we would love to share about what we are going through, about the difficult things that we are going through, the challenges that we are facing. But women, you find you have a friend, a female friend, or your wife, they are complaining about not eating. They are complaining about their boss. They are complaining about how this guy didn't treat them well or greet them at work. And then they look at their problems and they are like, you know what, if this lady can't even handle a no greeting, if they can't handle their boss who just didn't treat them well or said bad things about them, then how will they handle this big challenge I'm going through? So they choose not to share, not because they don't want to, but they feel like, you know what, this person really might not handle what I'm going through. So this really made me go back and think about what my friend told me. Ladies, let's not make it about us. There are these things that we can really handle by ourselves without telling the male friends around us or our husbands. We can handle them by ourselves, and then also create an environment, an enabling environment that allows men in our lives to share about the challenges or even the highlights that they are having in their lives.
So you could have been wondering what actually brought me to this place. Well, I had come to buy some vegetables, so I was doing the video as I waited, and so I had to pause and attend to the guy when he brought them for me.
The other thing that this person, actually many people talked about, is it really pisses me off when you refuse to take accountability for your actions. This, I know, we do it a lot, ladies, that we do things and we don't take full responsibility of the things that we did wrong. If you did something, you don't have to excuse it. You don't have to defend it. You don't have to say, I'm a lady and what not. You know, my mother did this and the other. If you have done something, it has nothing to do with your mother or your workmate or anyone. You're the one who made that decision and you did it consciously. Even if you didn't do it consciously, please take responsibility of your actions and learn from them. One person actually taught me to appreciate making mistakes. It is okay to make mistakes as long as you're willing to learn from them, and as long as you're confident and bold enough to say, you know what, I made a mistake, take responsibility of that action, and then learn from it. Many people are not looking at you as as a perfect human being. No, they know that we all make mistakes. So they don't have a problem with you making mistakes. Instead, they have a problem with how you handle mistakes. So if you make a mistake, own it. Be bold enough. You want to be a confident lady? Confident ladies take responsibility of their actions. Don't excuse it, and just own it and learn from it. And then the other thing that was really raised. Now this was long. I might not read the whole of it. I will just summarize it. It says finding ways to mess with your schedule for the day. Oh, you're running a quick 5-minute errand. Could you stop at these 8 places too for me? Now this made me laugh. This guy wants to go somewhere else. And then you also have your 8 places you want this guy to stop at for you. I think that's being like so unfair to people and taking people for granted because you think that maybe they don't have a schedule. You sometimes even don't ask, you just command them. Oh, you're going to see your friends, please, you pass by the supermarket and you buy this and this and the other for me. And then you will make calls and call and you just interrupt their schedule. Ladies, please, if you want someone to do something for you, make sure that it fits in their schedule. And when they say no, please don't throw tantrums. I learned this lesson the hard way last year. It took me some time because I thought I was being rejected. So I wanted to go somewhere and it was going to be at night. So I needed to go with someone. So I talked to a friend and told him and asked him, can you please go with me in this place? And they said no. I felt so bad. I'm like, okay, so how come you said no? But later, it really didn't treat me well. But later this person talked to me and told me, Edith, that was not in my schedule. And number 2, I had a million things to do that night that I had already fixed and I couldn't move them because of this because of this program that you had brought. So there was no one's going to neglect what I had already planned so that I go for this one. And sometimes we throw tantrums that we don't even allow these people to explain. If you want someone to do something for you, ask. And if they say no, please don't take it badly, and you throw tantrums and all that and you tell them many things. No, the thing is you talked to them late and they already had things to do. So just take it in good faith and move on, look for another solution. Yeah. And so then these ones were a little bit funny. Said all men are trash. When women say stupid things like all men are trash, if a man said that about women, there would be an outrage. I think this is true. We say this a lot of times, but I also want to warn men because these days men love generalizing. Women, this gender, the other gender, women are all materialistic. I think it's not good. It goes both ways. It's not good to generalize things. If you have met bad people in your life, they've treated you wrongly, please don't generalize. Don't think that all men are trash. You met a trash kind of man and that was on you. You learned from your mistake. You learned from the choice that you made. The next time try to make a better decision. But of course, sometimes it's really out of our control. But if you're meeting only trashy men, that doesn't make every man trash. So you don't have to generalize. But also men, you don't have to generalize, It just means you met a certain kind of people, but there's also another good kind of women or another good kind of men that you haven't met. So that really goes both ways. And then also the other thing is gossiping about their girlfriends. There is someone who was saying, hey, trying to make me care about your girlfriends really doesn't work. Guys, I think we really need to give these guys a break. Sometimes they don't want to hear about your girlfriends, your female friends' problems, and you want them to care, you want them to be really invested like you are. That really does not make sense to them. It's like and for us, I think maybe it's because we are social and we are relational. Sometimes you want to be invested in their lives and know what their friends are doing, but it doesn't also apply to men. So that I learned from these guys that, well, men really don't care about your friends and what is going on. And if you have that one who cares, please celebrate them. But if they don't, please don't force your friends on them. And then the other thing is they talk a lot. They talk and they don't turn it off. Now this one, for some of us who really love talking, like myself, this one I have to put a break because I can talk and never stop and never end. And someone was saying, if I'm watching football, my mind is really on football. Don't start singing and talking and all that. Give me a peace of mind. Hey, okay. So you really need to learn the people you're dealing with and know how to deal with them. The other thing that I know we do a lot and was also highlighted is having a fight that was her fault, her saying sorry, me saying I'm still kind of angry, then getting mad that I did not accept her sorry immediately. Now I'm the one saying sorry. Now this is what drama queens do, friends. If you have really given this guy headache and they are angry, they are pissed, it's not in your control how they are going to respond and when they are going to forgive you. So if you piss someone off and they respond to you like they are not yet ready to take your sorry, please give them space, but don't make them feel guilty for responding naturally. Give them space and allow them to heal or get ready, be ready to forgive you and talk through things. But don't force them. You have to talk to me. Why are you quiet? Now you're angry. Why are you angry at me? I've said sorry. Those things don't work. That's being a drama queen, and you're actually making the thing bigger and bigger, and they just don't know how to deal with you. This other thing that really actually struck me, and I know that a friend has ever told me about it, is that women are very manipulative. You know this. You will either smile or you will call a guy all sorts of names just because you want them to do a certain something for you. We really manipulate men, and many people don't actually know that they are doing it. It's like society has made us believe that if you want a guy to do something for you, you have to smile, have to treat them well, you use your small voice, you do all sorts of things until they do what you want. And when they do that, then bam, you just start ignoring them. This is really not good, and it goes back to direct communication. If you need something, you don't have to act in a certain way or do certain things or use your small voice to get someone to do something for you. Ask, give respect to this person so that you don't manipulate their thoughts, you don't lead them on, you don't give them wrong signals. And then at the end of it all, just because you're acting out of selfish reasons, you want them to do something for you. Let's give people respect, just like we would want them to respect us. I believe none of us really feels happy when they are manipulated. We always cry and call men all sorts of names just because they manipulated us or they lied to us. And then lastly is that women say, your money is our money, and my money is my money. It always really bothers me. Maybe when I get married, I will know why. How a woman makes money, she works. And her money, the guy can't touch. The man doesn't know where it goes. And then for the man, they will use his money to do every other thing, to run the family, invest, save, and everything. Ladies, if you are in a relationship, please, especially if you're married, you're in a contract with this guy, you're one, then please make sure that everything is one. Now here, I know that we can say all sorts of things. Please, if you do not agree with me, put it in the comment section below, but that is my philosophy in life. If you're married to this guy, then your money is their money. Their money is your money. You're going to plan for it because you're one. But then if you're in a relationship, ladies, learn how to make money for yourself and take care of yourself. This thing has come out over and over and over again. Ladies are materialistic. If you do not have money, women are not going to come to you. And it is true. Women are going to come to some men just because they have money. But I've learned in life that if I'm really not married to this guy, even if they are my boyfriend or not, I cannot plan with their money. I cannot plan with their money in my mind. I have to earn and live in my live in my means. And the other thing I've told myself is that, well, I don't have to take anything from a guy. If it is rent, I'm going to pay rent for myself. It is eating, I will eat greens and posho, but not really get used to getting money from someone. That is a condition that I have put for myself. So ladies, your money, it can be your money only when you have worked for it. Don't feel entitled. Don't feel entitled to this guy's money and you get angry just because they didn't give you money to work on your nails, to work on your hair. No, they can only be generous and give you that money. But if they don't, you need to be used to that. So I think these are things that these guys were talking about that we do and piss them off. We are going to keep on going to them, because trust me, when I did, I was laughing at certain things, but I didn't know something like eating. I didn't know that was a big deal to men. But the thing is that when you get to know, then you know how to improve and get better. Please, you can let me know, especially for guys who are watching, some of the things that we do that get you really angry. And ladies, some of those things that people have told you about that you are trying to work on. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.